Hi, this is Adam Gusso from Satan&Adam, coming to you this morning. I've picked up a D harp. This is one that I haven't played in a while. My technique, quite frankly, is not really up to this harp. It's a little stiffer than the B flat I've been using, which is why I've been using the B flat. The moral of the story there is play the harp that feels best to you. What I'm going to do today is talk a little bit about a song that I composed with the help of Sterling McGee, Mr. Satan, on the streets of Harlem. It's called Thunky Fing, and it's actually played in third position on a D harp, and I like to think that it adds something new to the harmonica repertoire. That's actually Thunkyfing. Let me just say that there's already a pretty good video of this that Brian Purdy from Harpie put out. It's up there on YouTube. So I'm not going to play through the whole thing, but I want to play enough of it that well, I just want to play a little bit of it, and then I also want to, I'm going to take it apart, I'm going to slow it down, and I'm going to make this, like the other things that I've done for you guys, a kind of study tape, and I'm going to try to take a few things that I do in the song. I don't have a lot of time. I gotta get out of the house this morning, but I'm going to do what I can with it. So here we go. This is Thunky Fing, and I should say that I'm playing through not only a Hohner Marine Band, right, key of D, really unmodified, but I'm playing through a Premier Twin 8 and a mouse, little mouse over in that corner. So I've got a solid state amp and a tube amp, and I'm playing through, once again, a Shure PE5H. You see this? Shure PE5H. I don't know why it's upside down on my tape. Anyway, here we go. This is Thunky Fing. That's the first part of the song. The song actually has multiple parts, and I'm working hard on this, folks. I don't really quite have the technique back. I'm sort of on the comeback trail. And so that's part one and part two. And part three is just it's a run up and down. It's heavily syncopated. When I slow it down, you'll see what I mean. Now I'm hitting the upbeats much more than the downbeats on it, although that's not obvious at first. And it's just a cool little run that I do from the 4-hole up to the 8-hole, mostly on draw, and then back down. So this is the middle part of the song. And then, well, and then this, it goes. What you'll notice is that there's a kind of delay on the harp. That's my digital delay, which is cranked up a fair bit, right? And it takes a while to fade away. I call that the sort of stairwell sound effect, right? If you play harp, we all know that harps sound best in stairwells and bathrooms, old tile bathrooms, in old gyms, the Century Club in New York, or some abandoned tunnel in Central Park, which is where I used to play actually a lot. So. Thunky Fing. What am I doing? What on earth am I doing? This is just a plain old Marine Band harmonica, key of D. Okay, well, let me put down the mic for a sec, and let me sort of take it apart. Now the first thing is, I'm mixing tongue blocking and single and lip pursing when I do this, so that the opening riff, I go from the 1-hole draw, and then I let the harp clack forward against my teeth. It took me a long time to realize that not everybody who tongue blocked had the harp actually against their teeth. That's what I do. And there's a little clack. right? So that's the opening riff. And when you have a little bit of digital delay on it, it kind of rings out, and it's a really nice sound. It sounds pretty dead if there's no delay. Now, the origin of this song was really funk guitar. This is the second sort of, or the first teaching point I'll make here is that one of the ways to do something new on the harmonica is if you play another instrument to let whatever you're doing on the other instrument kind of work its way into your playing on this, right? So Little Mike and the Tornadoes. Little Mike's a really cool harp player because he's a piano player, and so he does this kind of up-tempo boogie stuff that really comes out of the boogie-woogie piano tradition. And so I play funk guitar and blues guitar, and I realized that I was kind of working. This is really funk guitar. What am I doing there? Well, I'm tongue blocking there, and I'm tongue blocking. It's actually in interval terms. It's the major 6 to the 5. In fact, some of you may recognize this melody as a kind of transformed version of Sanford and Son. That's what Thunky Fing is. Terrible to say that. So I'm tongue blocking, and I'm blocking with the left side of my tongue so that I get the 7-hole draw. And then down to the 6-hole draw. Ah, and that's the tricky note. Can you give me a snap finger thing? Do, 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 do. If you snap your fingers, do, 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 and it's on the upbeat. Do, 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 do. Ah. Right, so at full time, I'm just going to repeat that lick. Here's my second point. When you're trying to master something new on the harp, do little repeat bits. Take one bit at a time and find it and repeat it. Find a way you can just repeat it ad infinitum, on and on and on, until you get it. So I'm going to break the song down and just do that first part. Okay? Now, what's the last little part? This is all I'm going to be able to do for this lesson, but what am I doing? Ah! I'm using an overblow on the 5-hole. I'm going 5 draw. This is lip pursing. I'm going from tongue blocking to lip pursing. Right? I'm going 5 draw and then 5 overblow, which is a blow note, but I'm making it pop up. So those of you who can't do overblows, this is why you need to learn how to do them. And you know what? My time is running out. So I'm going to have to end this lesson here. We'll have part 2 to be continued.